What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, in the past couple of my videos, I've been hearing a lot of people saying the audio quality of my content has been a little off lately, and I just looked into my audio settings, and apparently it's been turned down by a lot. Like, when I say a lot, I mean a lot, so I put it back to normal. Please, for the love of God, let me know down in the comment section once again if it sounds better, if it sounds worse. Let me know everything, because I am very, very, very picky when it comes to the sound quality of all my content. Like, that's like the number one thing that I worry about the most. That's why I have no sound in the background, no music, no gameplay audio. I just want to focus solely on my commentary. So if it sounds any way off in any type of way, let me know down in the comment section. I really appreciate it, but it should be back to normal right now. But ladies and gentlemen, today we have a pretty important topic. I was going to put this in my pros and cons video, but for me personally, I really wanted to just completely put it aside and make it its own full commentary, because it's a very extremely big issue, and that is the destructibility when it comes to Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, as we all know, in every single Call of Duty game, there's always going to be that one thing that completely stands out. Now, Modern Warfare was probably the most creative game we have seen in years, and I have to give them props. It seems like Infinity Ward are always the people who step out of the boundaries. Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty Ghost, Modern Warfare 2019. They change things and they do things that you would never think would happen in a Call of Duty game, and regardless if people love it or hate it, which a lot of times people hate it, they still did something fresh, new, and unique. But after Modern Warfare, my expectations, and I believe a lot of other players' expectations out there, were extremely high for the next game. Like I said, regardless if you love or hate what they did in Modern Warfare, at the end of the day, they did something new and they tried to branch out. And I was expecting, after seeing all of that done in Modern Warfare, I was expecting that Treyarch was going to do the same thing. And in my personal opinion, I thought to myself, Treyarch can do it possibly better. Treyarch is always known for their faster-paced titles, smaller-sized maps, and a lot of action between every single second of gameplay that you could possibly get. So I thought, with a Treyarch formula that they innovate on and try to do something new, it would be really cool when it came to Black Ops Cold War. But the only thing that they did in Black Ops Cold War, the only thing that was new, was how they handled the score streaks. Every single thing, once again, was a copy and paste from previous titles. Nothing changed, nothing was new, and the only bit of innovation they had was allowing score streaks to transfer over through deaths. One of the tiniest possible things, and yeah, it's innovation, but that's the only thing they innovated on. They didn't do anything else in that game to make it stand out from the rest of the crowd like Modern Warfare did. They were too scared of the risks. They played it super safe, which, again, Black Ops Cold War, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty solid to a certain extent. It has no variety and it's nothing new about the game, but when it comes down to the core gameplay, it's extremely fast-paced. Like, after I got back from playing Call of Duty Vanguard, going to Black Ops Cold War, it's a night and day difference to pacing, and it feels exactly like how a Treyarch game should be feeling when it comes to the pacing of their title. They might have had a lot of sledgehammer elements, but when it comes down to how you can run and gun it and rotate around the maps, you could definitely tell Treyarch did a lot of work to make sure their signature pattern was in that title. But at the end of the day, it was just another Call of Duty title. The same exact thing, copy and repeat, rinse and repeat, the same formula, which is why it didn't perform better than Modern Warfare. And same thing with Vanguard, I have a feeling it's not going to perform better than Modern Warfare as well. Modern Warfare is a hard game to compete with right now because, again, they had balls, and they got a lot of feedback because they did decide to have balls. And as much as I talk crap about Infinity Ward, I have to give them respect for that. Because if I thought something was really cool and innovative and creative to change the whole formula of a game that I'm, creating, and then the whole community started backlashing at me, I would be nervous. I wouldn't even want to talk or come clean or anything, but they put up with it. They dealt with it, and they did what they wanted. And it worked out for the mass majority, especially when it comes to sales for the overall game. But back to what I'm saying here. I'm kind of getting off topic. Cold War, nothing different, no change. It's a clean, good moving game. It has a good style to it. It's fast paced. But when it comes down to what makes it unique and good and why you should cough up $60 for this game, there's no reason. I can't tell you any reason to cough up $60 for this game because there's nothing different from past titles. You can buy Black Ops 4 for much cheaper, and it's the same exact game just with different maps and a different time period. And then here we come with Call of Duty Vanguard. They're bringing back the Modern Warfare engine. Step in the right direction. That's fantastic. Now let's see how they're going to evolve on that engine. Let's see what strategies they take. Let me look at it. Nothing! They didn't take any risks with Call of Duty Vanguard, and it's so stupidly depressing because, to me personally, the map designs are great. The flow of the game is really solid. I prefer it way more than both Modern Warfare and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War as well. Even though Black Ops Cold War is a faster-paced game, I was always a much larger fan of the Modern Warfare franchise over the Black Ops franchise, Call of Duty 4 up to Modern Warfare 3, which are much more slow-paced, sometimes tactical titles, so I'm used to this playstyle, but Modern Warfare took the tactical gameplay way too far. Sledgehammer games, they they literally nailed the spot when it comes to gameplay. It's not stupidly slow where nobody's moving, but there's still enough action being put in front of you that you're not getting bored 24/7. But everything about Vanguard, between the field upgrades, the perk system, the gunsmith, the kill streak system, everything is strictly a copy and paste. They didn't try to innovate or take any risks. They took the same risks that Infinity Ward did, but polished them off to make them a little bit more playable. They took all the complaints that we had about Modern Warfare and then resolved them. They didn't add upon them. They didn't try to evolve and make something different and unique and insane. They just took what we complained about, perfected it, slapped it into the game, and they fed us it. That's all they did, which I can't complain again because it's something playable in my opinion. But I want to feel the passion and the love behind the title. I'm sure I'm going to feel it when it comes to campaign. I bet you the campaign is going to be absolutely insane, as well with the zombie side. Treyarch Games is going to be working on zombies, so I think those two sides of this game are going to be phenomenal. But when it comes to multiplayer, I'm a tad bit worried that it's going to become stale and boring, because when people load it up, they're just going to think, hey, and it's Modern Warfare, World War II skin, when it doesn't have to be that way. If you think about it, they almost did innovate. Sledgehammer Games literally almost innovated to the point where they made a brand new Call of Duty title. First off, they added in the Blitz game mode along with Assault. Combat pacing, I guess I'm just going to call it. Combat pacing is the overall system that allows you to pick the pacing of your lobbies, whether you want to play Assault, which is like 8v8 to 10v10, or Blitz, which is 10v10 to 24 versus 24. But again, not that good enough of innovation, because we've already seen this in the past, along with Ground War being in multiple different old school titles. And also, if you're on PC, you can easily go on Call of Duty 4, World at War, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, any game, and there's going to be servers that are 20 versus 20 on old school 6v6 maps. Nothing new, no new innovations. It's something that we have all played before. But here we are with Destruction. Something we have never seen. No mods in the past. Nothing has ever been implemented into Call of Duty that has revolved around Destruction at all. So when I heard about Destruction, I'm like, this is it. This is finally the time that Call of Duty is going to step out of their shells and try to make a game that's unique, interesting, and gives it their own identity. So when I see Vanguard, I'm like, this is Sledgehammer Games right here. They did this. They designed the game around specifically this. I don't feel that, though, because the Destruction in this game is, to me, honestly, is pointless. I liked it at first. I thought it was cool. It was a great implementation, but one, there's not enough destruction around certain parts of the map, and two, on maps where there are a lot of destruction, like you see right here in Eagle's Nest, there's way too much destruction to the point where it's just a distraction and it takes away from the overall gameplay. It looks like a freaking meme. It straight up looks like a meme. Truly, when you're running around, it's just a bunch of boarded up wooden walls that you just bust through across the whole map. It's so pointless. Why put that there? Just open it up. Allow a line of sight to be held there. There's so many different spots that they shouldn't be there, but they added them in. And it makes me think, what's the point of adding in such tiny little pieces of destruction around the map that people are just going to bust through and they're going to become non-existent in the first few seconds of the match, when you could literally just make that whole wall destructible, that whole area destructible? And you want to know why they didn't do that? Laziness, lack of time, Activision's fault overall. It's all Activision forcing this yearly cycle to happen with Call of Duty. In order to add destruction into your title, it takes a lot of time. It's not as simple as saying, oh, look at this building right here, this whole Eagle's Nest building. Let's just allow it to all go down to the ground. You can't do that. The game would be stupid, and especially in Call of Duty, it wouldn't work for the fast-paced formula. So in order to add destruction, it takes a lot of your time, a lot of thinking, a lot of, sketching, a lot of plotting. It could even take years to come up with some of the best map designs that have a good overall destructible feature for a Call of Duty title. It's not going to be an easy job at all, but they didn't, because they didn't have the time to go ahead and do that. So their version of destruction is simply slapping a freaking little boarded up wall on random spots of the map. I gotta say, I love the destruction on the doors and stuff like that. It's really good, and I understand the coding behind this destruction is really hard, so I don't blame them. I truly don't. That's why I said it's a lot of work to come up with destruction. Not only do you have to plot a whole map around it, but at the same time you have to code it to work properly, have good destruction, and they did a phenomenal job with adding in destruction on the door. You can take out different pieces of the door. You don't even have to take off the whole thing. You can literally cut it down in any type of way that you want, and it looks great. And you would think, after seeing the doors, like, oh my god, that destruction is phenomenal. Are we going to see that in the rest of the map? No, you see the most laziest, half-assed form of destruction that you could ever see put into any type of video game. So to be honest with you, when I see Vanguard, I think to myself, what is the purpose of coughing up $60 to $70 for this game when you could easily go back to Modern Warfare, get it half off, 20, 30 bucks, and have the same exact experience. You see, if it was Modern Warfare Day 1 versus Vanguard Day 1, I would say Vanguard, because Vanguard's releasing with 16 maps compared to Modern Warfare, which was like, 6 to 7 maps at launch, barely any weapons, a lot of weapons in Vanguard. It's differences, but at this point in time, Modern Warfare is going to have equal to, or if not more content than Vanguard, because it's been out for so long. It's going to be a cheaper price, and it has more innovation. It has a soul. It has passion behind it, which personally, I don't enjoy the direction they took. Again, I do personally enjoy Vanguard a lot more, but when it comes to a game that is innovative, not your same typical Call of Duty experience, they stepped out of the box and took risks, Modern Warfare does more of that. Vanguard had something there to give it an identity. The destruction was the perfect path for it to take. If they took the time to construct actual destructible environments, the game would be 10 million times better, and I would feel the passion behind it. I would feel the soul behind it. Don't get me wrong. They fixed a lot of problems with Modern Warfare that I hated that allows me to enjoy Vanguard, but it just feels like a copy and paste, a rinse and repeat like I just said earlier. And at that point, it just sucks. It just proves that Activision doesn't care about this title. They don't want to see this title improve or innovate or evolve from its past form. They don't care about the progress of this game. For 3 years straight, we've seen the same exact game. They literally released Modern Warfare with the most innovation, and then they kept the next 2 years completely safe. Black Ops Cold War copied so many things as well. Vanguard's copying so many things as well, and neither one of those games stepped out and tried to be their own thing. It's really depressing and sad, and Activision will truly kill off this title if they don't knock this crap off. It needs to be longer than a 1-year cycle. It has to be. But guys, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like if you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, you want to chat with me, there's 2 ways to do so, at Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, when catching me live streams and video games, I do over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.